So there seems to be a refocus on South Asia. Why?
Because of its importance to U.S. national interest, because of its importance in the world. And so last week, my colleague from the State Department, Victoria Nuland, was visiting India, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. I'll be in Bangladesh and Pakistan. It's a signal of our desire to have stronger relations throughout the region, the importance we place on the countries of the region, the shared interests that we have, the shared challenges that we have to try to meet together. So very much looking forward to my visits to Bangladesh and Pakistan.
But do you see any signs of worries, any reasons for worry?
Oh, no. I mean, look, there's always things that we need to work on, challenges we need to work on together, whether it's the shared impacts of climate change. And of course, in Pakistan, we'll be following up on my trip from last year and the work we did in response to the floods, which is ongoing, of course. But then also talk about the shared opportunities that we have together in Bangladesh and Pakistan.
And the biggest challenge for Pakistan, actually, these days, I would say the two big challenges are this supposed economic, or the feared economic collapse and terrorism. So do you think this, because of this economic crunch, is Pakistan in a position to fight terrorism?
I think so, yeah. And I had good discussions last week with the foreign minister when he was here in town to talk about, this was in the wake of the terrible attack in Peshawar on January 30th. And we're following up with our Pakistani colleagues on that, and we want to try to do what we can to support them. We have a CT dialogue, a counterterrorism dialogue that's been ongoing that we'll be having with our Pakistani counterparts in the coming weeks. But obviously the economic situation is very concerning, and there's a tremendous amount of stress on the Pakistani economy. The floods made that much worse, of course, and laid on far greater challenges. The United States is proud that we're contributed thus far over $200 million in support. But yeah, there's a lot of challenges to face together.
But say a country so starved of cash, which a lot of people say that may not even be able to pay its salaries to its forces. How could such a country fight this increased threat of terrorism?
Well, again, that's something that we'll talk to them about. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this trip now, because we have these important issues, whether it's the economic challenges or now, unfortunately, the counterterrorism challenge, which it's rearing its head again, to work through. But at the same time, we see opportunities to work closely together. The United States and Pakistan, as you know, have a long-standing security relationship. Our military ties have been close for decades. We do a lot of important work together. We'll continue to do that work together. I should also note that whether it's on counterterrorism, whether it's on our trade and investment talks, whether it's on energy security, we have a lot of dialogues that are digging into those issues and talking about ways that we can work together to meet these shared challenges.
But do you have any concrete plan to provide economic support or support against terrorism?
That's not part of my trip. It's to talk generally, but to hear more from my colleagues in Islamabad about their needs and about what they could be looking for the United States and others for help for, and how we can be helpful there. But it's also to talk about the broader trajectory of the relationship and the way forward.
And when is the counterterrorism talk? And is it in Islamabad?
I'd have to get back to you on exactly where it is, and I think it's going to be in next month, I believe. But my talks will be about the broad range of issues that we'll be working on.
What will be the top on the agenda?
Well, I mean, I'll be for the United States. It's going to be about how we can deepen the partnership further and help Pakistan as it's trying to deal with what is unquestionably challenging economic situation, still recovering from the floods, and also dealing with the CT threat, counterterrorism threat that is emerging.
Do you see TTP as a threat to the United States as well, U.S. interests as well?
Sure. I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, the U.S. rejects any form of terrorism by any group. And so we believe that the United States, and we've worked for many years in Pakistan, we believe the United States and Pakistan have a shared interest in fighting terrorists.
Is it because that whenever a terrorist activity starts, it ultimately has led to,
greater instability? It's indiscriminate. The killing
and to attack on
the U.S. interests as well. Absolutely.
So that could be the reason for your interest, or more than that?
Oh, it's more than that, generally. I mean, again, this trip was planned some time ago, and again, it's partly of a broader effort here to ensure that the United States and the State Department at senior levels is engaging with all of our partners in the region intensively, because we have so many shared interests, and the U.S. places so much importance on the success of South Asia.
Is there somebody coming from Pakistan as well to Washington?
Well, we had the foreign minister here last week, and I look forward to having future visits. I believe the TIFA talks will be here in Washington as well, these trade and investment
talks. When are those talks start?
Those are going to be, I think, the end of February, the last week of February, so the week after I'm back.